Hey guys, I'm Beyond GTI here. This is essentially just going to be my first vlog about my car and how I've got it into the car community, or into loving cars and building cars. Yeah, so this is my Mark 6 GTI 2011 Adidas edition. She is one of a beauty. She is very, very nice, very well put together. We've got the quarter panel vinyl wrap here. There's some tinted tail lights. You got the APR, Volkswagen Racing, and the Stanic. Little tiny Adidas badge. Everyone laughs. They think I've taken an Adidas badge and just slapped it on. No, it is an Adidas edition. It is very, very cool that Volkswagen. I think they've done a partnership with Adidas and built this car. Well, I'm not too sure. I need to search up the history on it. I actually haven't, but it's pretty cool. We got the edition 35 headlights. The LEDs that come down and wrap up. They look so sick at night. I cannot tell you how sick these look in person. If they want to turn on, they're the best fucking headlights for a Golf. Honestly, in my opinion, they're just like hot as shit. Like, let me dim it down a bit. Like, look at that. Look how tough. Look how tough that makes the Golf look. Like, they're just tough. But they're just best headlights. Obviously, you've got I think it's the Mark 7, you know, it's got the L shape and the L shape next to it. They are tough too, but personally I like the Edition 35 headlights. They're just made for this car. Like, the Mark 6, they're just made for it, honestly. They're the Mark 6 headlights, in my opinion. We've got the standard, obviously, tail lights. Like, these are the only tail lights basically for a Mark 6, unless you want to get the BMW style, you know, the Dragon style headlights, tail lights. Sorry. We got an LED kit underneath the license plate frame. And on the inside, your footwell lights, your door lights, interior lighting, all that, they're all LEDs. It's an LED kit you can get off, I think you can, it's called dubhaus or something like that, or Vag Garage. You can get it off one of those two websites. I can't remember one I got off. We got the floater zone kit, diffuser kit. I did have the side skirts, but considering this car is on lowered springs, every bump I went over, it just kept scraping and all the bolts came off, and essentially just ripped the side skirts off. And, well, I don't want to run shit that's just going to fly off or break. We've got carbon spoiler. It's not a bad spoiler. I'm going to change it up soon, because it is cracking and it is starting to fade. Obviously I can fix it, but honestly it's not worth fixing carbon. You're better off just buying a new one or just getting something else. We got the window extenders. These things are sick. I don't know, they just put the back window together. We got a custom downpipe welded onto the exhaust, and it leads all the way through. The only thing that is on this exhaust is the cat. Otherwise, it's basically a straight pipe I've welded through all the way to 210 stainless steel titanium tips. Stainless steel tips, not titanium. We got the black, black standard rims, and we've got a Golf brake conversion kit up the front. You know, big brakes, bigger power. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's essentially the exterior and interior sort of modifications. I will go over engine, and I will try and lift the car up and show you the exhaust I've welded in another video. But essentially this car is a stage 2 plus. It's running, I don't have the dyno sheet and I've never dynoed the car, but stage 2 plus, you're pushing around maybe 260 to 280 horsepower, somewhere around that limit. Not fast, but obviously these cars are small, lightweight, so it does make it somewhat quick. Like, you can beat most cars on the road, but not many. Yeah, so what's gotten me into the car scene or loving cars and building cars is when I was a kid, I used to go to my pop's panel shop that he owned. He owned quite a few down in Melbourne. I used to go there as a kid, just grab panels, grab, you know, the crappy rims that have been thrown out back, just sand them down, paint them, do my own thing with them, you know, beat the panels up, fix them. Essentially, I just went there because my pop had cool cars. He had a shed with just sick, pimped out, like, you know, your old muscle cars, old Chevys, old Mustangs. I don't think and we didn't have a Dodge. But yeah, my pop got me into cars essentially, because I used to go there all the time as a kid, help him out, work on cars. He drove me in his Porsche. You know, it's just, I fell in love in that moment with cars. And yeah, my pop just basically has just expanded my love for cars even more. He did own a racing team. It was called Milwaukee Racing, the V8 supercars. Obviously he gave that up pretty shortly actually. He owned it for a while. Will Davison was his driver, and the secondary driver was Alex Davison. I got to meet them. I got to sit in the car. You know, pretty cool. Everyone wants to go pit lane, but I'm telling you right now, pit lane's boring. You don't see the race. Like, you see the pit stops, you see the tire changes. Like, you can't even get a signature off the drivers because, one, they're either rude and they just run off, or two, they just don't have time. Like, you're better off getting a signature in the pit lane walk, which everyone does. Like, it's not special. Everyone can do the pit lane walk and go get signatures and stuff. Like, pit lane does not give you any perks except for your ice creams. That's about it. Otherwise, there's no perks. Like, yeah, cool. You get to go eat with the drivers, but like, they're gonna eat. They're not gonna talk to you and give you signatures while they're eating food. Like, I was lucky enough to get a few, and I managed to squeeze in, what's his name, Scott McLaughlin's signature. He was actually the nicest out of all of them, and everyone says he's rude and cocky, but he was the nicest out of all of them. Like, I went out to Max Verstappen, and he's like, no, go away. It's like, bro, you're a famous race car driver. I'm asking for a signature. I'm a fan. Like, it's just rude to just dodge someone, you know? Honestly, if you're famous, like, cool, you get a whole bunch of people running out to you being like, yo. Like, it gets on your mind, but, bro, you've built those fans. You gotta show love, you know? But yeah, obviously my pop was a panel beater. I am now a panel beater. I've just it's just, you know, it's in my brain. I just love it. I get to work on special cars. Like, I get to learn the ins and outs of every car, electrical, power-wise, mechanical-wise, like all that. I get to learn all of it. I get a more deeper understanding of it. But yeah, obviously this car has been in a previous accident. From, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a split on this bar, and this headlight is cracked. Essentially, I was at my gym, and I come out after my gym session, and I just see the front of my car broken. I was like, what just happened? This front Volkswagen badge, or this grille, this front bit, that was all pushed in, probably, I'd say about a foot. It pushed to the left, blew up my headlight lens. I have duct tape over it just to cover this hole, because obviously you can't have a broken headlight. You get pulled over, you get defected and whatnot. I did have a carbon hood on this. That blew up because, you know, carbon is strong, but it's not that strong. Like, it's not as strong as metal. So when he hit the Volkswagen badge, obviously a four-wheel drive with a tow ball, because it smashed the Volkswagen badge, pushed it all the way up to my intake manifold. And then, yeah, my carbon hood was up like a freaking triangle. That was blown. I managed to get it home. It was in limp mode, like EPC light, engine light, all that. But I tried fixing it for ages. I asked so many people for help. They either ignored me, or, like, I know you can't diagnose something about asking someone, but I asked so many people to come out and come have a look, because obviously this is my first Volkswagen, so I don't know much about them, but I do know now. I took it to Autosports Euro. They're down in Burley. They're legends. Hank there and his mate and his team, they're just absolute legends. I tried fixing this for 3 solid months, easy. I took it to them for the day, and they fixed it. Like, I sat out the front drinking a Slurpee, and I just heard the car start. It was roaring. It sounded so nice. Like, I didn't hear it sound like that in ages. I have nothing but love for Hank. Hank's the best. You guys need to go check out Autosports Euro if you are, if you have a Euro car, you need to check them out. They're the best. My bad, security just came and asked me what I was doing. Yeah, Autosports Euro, best team, best service, cheap, reliable. Like, I don't care what anyone has to say about them. They're the best. Like, they're the best Euro people. They know their shit. They know their ins and outs, everything on these cars. Obviously, we all know they're hard because they're all electrical. So if one thing goes wrong, you need to check everything to see if it's that one thing. I don't know why the security dude just keeps staring at me, but it's kind of creepy. So, I'm just gonna walk around this corner. But yeah, that's essentially my car, the backstory. I'm so keen to make some more content with this car. I have so many parts I want to put on this car. I want to put a KO4 on it, make it go stage 3. I can push about 4 to 450 horsepower on these, which honestly, I'll be happy with that. That's so much power for these cars. It's like, these are light, and 400 to 450 horsepower on these things would be insane. Like, I'm not even kidding. It would be sick to own a high horsepower Golf. But yeah, that's obviously later in the future. But yeah, either it's stage 3 or it's RS3 swap. I've seen so many people do it. They sound so sick. But yeah, that's the backstory on me and my love for cars, and I'll be making another video shortly on some more parts and upgrades. See you later, guys.